another 17-yarder in this bag of tricks.
Welcome to Zando Football, or for short you can say X&O Football, where we dive into actual football strategy to better our play and better our understanding of the game, and we try to implement those things into our play in the game of Madden to get a better win percentage, play more efficient, and that sort of thing. So I'm really sorry for the lack of uploads. I just haven't been playing at all for like the last month and a half, maybe 2 months. Hopefully that changes over the next couple of weeks. Maybe I start playing again. But let's just get right into it. This video will kick off the two-man under series. Two-man under is a defense that I believe that a lot of people do not play in this game. And I think it's because they just don't understand the strengths of the particular defense. A lot of people think that it's a passive defense, and that couldn't be further from the truth. So what are we watching here on screen? On screen, this was the Niners versus the Rams. I believe it was week 16. But this was the play that knocked the Rams out of the playoff hunt. Okay, so essentially, why don't I just run it so we can see what happened.
Let's see. Ryan. Rams show blitz. They come with it. Garoppolo firing deep. He's got a man wide open.
Okay, following this game, I mean, this was the play that ended it. The Niners ended up running out the clock, kicking a field goal, winning the game, knocking the Rams out of the playoffs, out of the playoff hunt, or whatever you want to call it. And post-game on social media, a lot of people were blaming Jalen Ramsey for this play because he was a corner playing man-to-man on Sanders here. And what a lot of people just didn't understand is that Jalen Ramsey was not at fault on this play at all. Wasn't his fault at all, okay? But let's dive into post-game. They interviewed Jalen Ramsey, and whether or not it was right or wrong for him to inform the reporters on what happened on the play, I believe he was wrong. He shouldn't have let the reporters know what happened on the play, because he ended up blaming his teammate for this. But I mean, it was wrong for him to do that, but he wasn't wrong in his explanation on what happened. So let's go ahead and roll the clip on what he said.
Jalen, what did you and Eric see on that last deep completion to Emmanuel Sanders?
It wasn't me and Eric.
Okay, the reporter is asking what happened between him and Eric. She was talking about Eric Weddle, because Eric Weddle is a safety on the team. She didn't even know that Eric Weddle wasn't the safety on that side. Okay, it was Jalen and the other safety for the Rams. So he immediately corrects her on that.
He did was on the other side. It was rap. He was in a form of two-man.
So they were playing cover two-man. That's what he's saying.
We had an adjustment check to it because there was condensed splits.
What does he mean by condensed splits? Something like this. Look at Sanders here. They're playing more of a stacked look. That's what he mean by a condensed split. Okay. Now, that's one of the ways. See, the thing about NFL football, the Rams were obviously playing cover two man. Maybe that's something that they play on a lot of third and longs. And it's actually a very good defense to play on third and long, like 3rd and 16. I'll get into why that is maybe a little bit later. However, it seems to me that the Rams maybe knew that in that situation the Rams would play two-man under because of film study. Okay, so one of the ways you can attack cover two-man is to play more of a bunched look with your receivers, or condense the splits of the receivers. And why is that pretty good at attacking cover two man? Well, one of the strengths of cover two man is it allows your corners to be far more aggressive on the receivers on the other side of them, okay? Because you can jam them at the line of scrimmage, and you can play aggressive on underneath routes because they know that they have safety help over the top. Okay, so you're not really afraid of the receiver blowing by you on a straight go route or a corner route or a deep, post route, because you know that you have a safety over the top playing their deep half responsibility. Okay, that allows you to play far more aggressive underneath, right? Well, one of the ways to attack cover 2 man is to bunch your receivers. What that does is it discourages teams from playing bump and run at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they're in 2 man, okay? You may not get them out of 2 man. They may not audible out of 2 man or transition into something else. They'll stay in 2 man a lot of times. But you will discourage them from playing bump and run because they're afraid of getting picked. Okay, rub routes, that sort of thing. When you're playing bump and run, it's far easier to be picked and rubbed off. Your corners running into each other, and then it's blown underneath and people get wide open. Okay, so that's what Jalen was probably talking about when he said that they had an adjustment because they were in condensed splits. The corner, maybe jamming at first, but when they go into a bunch look, they adjusted from that and they played a little bit more off. Okay, and I felt the need to say this because I read in some comments that, well, it was Jalen Ramsey's fault, and someone said, well, no, it was the safety's fault because they were in 2 man under and the safety was supposed to play deep half. And then the guy rebutted with, well, Jalen Ramsey was supposed to bump his corner, his wide receiver at the line of scrimmage. And it's like, dude, no, you clearly, you don't understand that they were in a bunched set. The wide receivers were kind of stacked. So you automatically adjust from that. You're not really supposed to bump and run at the line of scrimmage when the offense has stacked receivers because you're afraid of getting rubbed and picked off. Okay, so that's probably the adjustment that he was talking about. As you see here in Madden, when Sanders was off closer towards the sideline, our corner was in a bump and run technique pre-snap, what it looked like. And then when we moved him inside with the motion to the stacked look, you can see the corner now. He's playing more of a off look. Okay, so they have that correct in a lot of ways, right? So why don't we show you just a couple of plays and how 2 man under plays against different offensive plays, okay? And to show you why 2 man under is pretty good in a lot of different areas. Okay, so we'll go single back, doubles. Let's go double slants. Of course, we're playing 2 man under. And you will see how aggressive our corners can get underneath. Let's go to the replay. Look how he jams them at the line and he plays underneath and inside. That's just beautiful. He is not open. That is because he has this safety over the top. Okay, he's not afraid of getting beat over the top because he has someone defending that area above him. Okay, that allows these corners to play aggressive underneath and inside. It is criminal to get beat inside as a corner when you are playing 2 man under. Like this guy, this is terrible. Okay, getting beat like that inside on the slant route when you are in 2 man under is just ridiculous. This guy would get yelled at from his coaches. In the film room, he would be embarrassed, that sort of thing. There is just absolutely no reason whatsoever for him to get beat this hard on the inside. Okay, but as you can see, of course, you would have to have a quarterback to see that and throw the ball and that sort of thing. Okay, let's try another play. Let's go doubles, under seams, do 2 man under.
Here we go. 180.
This is the final play we'll take a look at. And this video is just to encourage you to play a lot more 2 man under. This is just part 1. I'll give you a part 2 on who you should use her and that sort of thing. But 2 man under is very strong. Now look at this. See, he's running something underneath, but our corner is playing pretty good. He's all over him. If you play cover 1, he wouldn't play as aggressive underneath because he doesn't have deep sideline help from the safeties. Cover 1 man and cover 2 man are not the same when it comes to man to man. Look how he's playing underneath trail technique because he has help over the top. Okay, the best ball to throw against this defense with this offensive play is to this tight end. Like a back shoulder throw would be good, or a nice deep middle pass. That's in real life, but in Madden, you know, they're not coded right, so you know, I'm not going to get into that. This video is just an intro to cover 2 man, and the next couple of videos I will show you different strategies to use cover 2 man, and etc. Let's roll the clip and see what happens in totality.
Come with it. Garoppolo firing deep. He's got a man wide open. Sanders has it inside the 25. A bomb to Emmanuel Sanders, 46 yards, and 2 conversions on 3rd and 16. Are you kidding me?
So watch the top. Jalen Ramsey 20, Taylor Rapp 24, and Taylor Rapp is so far over on the coverage, he has no chance to affect the play. He's covering grass, as we like to say, on the defensive side, not anyone who's wearing a jersey opposite your color. And Jalen Ramsey thinks he's got that help inside from his safety, but his safety is covering the outer third of the field, and Jalen Ramsey is discussing that with Taylor Rapp post-play.
That is truly incredible.
So in part 1 here of the 2 man under series, just wanted to showcase an NFL play and an NFL team playing 2 man under and them playing it wrong. You know, everybody pretty much played their responsibility correctly with the exception of the deep half safety. Okay, so you know, part 1 was just this video just to give you just a little bit of insight on how 2 man under should be played. You know, it's very good on 3rd and longs, 2nd and longs, that sort of thing. And in part 2, I'm probably going to get into who you should user. Part 3 may be me showcasing an entire game where all I play is cover 2 man, and we'll just go on from there. Okay, this video was to showcase to you just an NFL game where it was put into play, and a game where someone played their assignment completely wrong and how it just completely ruined the entire defense. Now, if you were to ask me my opinion on this, I really do think that the Niners, through film study, knew that the safety on that side would play just horribly. So they dialed up a play to attack him playing suboptimally on that side. Okay, because the only reason why I think that is because they specifically went to condensed splits on 3rd and 16 there. Maybe they knew that the Rams would play 2 man under through tendencies and film study. And if you watch Garoppolo's eyes on that play, his eyes never left looking to throw the post route on that side. I really do believe that they knew that Taylor Rapp would play so horribly on that play. So it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry for not uploading a lot of content. Hopefully I upload more, and I hope you look forward to you know, part 2, part 3, where we get into strengths and weaknesses, me playing cover 2 man exclusively throughout an entire game, and etc. This was Zando Football, and hope you come back. Peace.